Okay, today we're going to focus on the touchscreen section of the master control unit, and we're going to talk about the channel button. If you click the channel button, you'll notice we have various tabs at the top of that screen, and every time you click it, it tabs through those tabs. Or you can just go ahead and jump ahead to whichever tab you need simply by touching it. This tutorial we're going to focus on the cues section. We'll talk about how to adjust parameters here on the touchscreen, and then we'll move over to the fader unit and show you how to do exactly the same thing over there. As you click on that tab, you'll notice we have this window pop up. We also have our new window button in this window. If you click on that, it opens up your selected channel view in the new window program. And those of you that are familiar with Nuendo or Cubase are already familiar with this this channel view. It gives you an overall view of everything associated with that channel. Then you also see we have our 4 cue sends. These would be for your monitor mixes, for your headphone mixes in the studio, for the performers. So you can currently see I have the bass channel selected. Cue mix 1 is turned on. I could turn it off simply by clicking the green button here, and I can either make it pre or post fader by clicking the yellow button. So I've got this cue mix set as a pre-fader level. I can turn it on, and then I can adjust how much they need in their ears. So let's say cue mix 1 is my vocal mix. You can see it labeled over here. Let's say the vocals wanted just a little bit more bass. I can turn it up there. I can turn each individual mix on or off, or I can hit the bypass button and bypass all of those mixes by clicking that button. That's it. Oh, also there's a pan below the send. So the next encoder over will pan it left or right. So if they needed a little bit of, if they wanted the bass pan to the left, for example, I can do that very easily right there. Very simple. Now we'll move over to the master, or the fader unit rather, and discuss how to do the same thing over there. Okay, now we're over to the fader unit. We'll show you how to adjust your cue monitor sends for your headphone mixes or whatever you're using these for. So go ahead and click on the cues button under the section control, and again, whatever parameters you're adjusting is based on which cue is selected. And so you can either select that by clicking on the button, or this first encoder, when it's lit green, it allows you to, it's labeled slot. You can scroll through and select which cue you're going to adjust that way. If you light up the orange button, it allows you to adjust your pan using the encoder as well. And then the encoder below that will adjust whichever your send level to that cue, whichever one is selected. So I'm on the keys right channel. Let's say headphone mix number 1 needed a little bit more keys right. I can adjust it right there. And then I also have the ability to send it pre or post right there as well. I can also select the edit channel or the selected channel view using this edit button, and I can see those levels, and now my encoders will adjust those levels here. So you have that option as well, and your pan left or right here as well. Now one thing I also want to mention is we have the flip on fader mode. What that does is we have these 2 buttons on the left of the fader unit, and it pulls either this first or second row of encoders down onto your faders. And so I'll demonstrate that. If we click on knob 1, I have my pan button selected, and so my faders will adjust my pan for that, for each of these channels if I wanted to. So those of you that may do live monitor mixing for live bands and performances might have grown accustomed to doing flip on fader mode rather than using the encoders. And this is a way you can do that in Nuage as well. And let's say we needed to send more level. We can flip to knob at number 2 button, and then I can send more guitar, or I can send more of whatever, simply using the faders here. Very quick way to adjust and build mixes. Let's say mix 2 needed a little bit less of these. I can grab the faders and make quick adjustments. 3 needs a little bit more of all of this. So again, that's flip on fader mode. Then make sure you click the knob button 2 again, and it flips you back to your normal mode. That's it. Again, very easy and very quick access to these parameters. And it's Nuage again has put that analog feel back to having hands-on control over many of the things that we used to have to use a mouse for, and I love it. Again, if you have any questions or suggestions for tutorials, please email me, brad@pulsesound.com, and thanks for watching.